Since the beginning of time, civilizations rise and fall with the ebbing tide of humanity. A kingdom's demise is certain. From its birth, it is doomed to fall in the name of progress. All that shall remain is contained within a name: history, legend, notoriety. Long after the last stone perishes into dust, the legend shall live on, ad infinitum. Alas, our kingdom needs a name worthy of its legend, a vessel for all of time.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a very special episode of Indie's Kingdom. You're here with me, the incorrigible Indie Mac, and finally we're going to have a very short episode today, but this episode is going to be the one in which we name the kingdom. We finally name it. So here we are in Kerparavel. This is a fantastic build by the one and only Harpspiel. What we're going to do today is we're going to use this map today just to play out a little scene in which I have brought together our three main contenders for my favourite names. We have 6 names in total. We have 3 people who have contributed to these 6, and so what we intend to do, if we can get to the castle. Now this, I mean, the detail in this build is absolutely insane, and what we're going to look to do is we're going to meet up with our 3 contenders in the main King's Throne Room. So as we come up here, I mean, check this out. I mean, this really does put me to shame. Okay, so I've fallen through. Hold on one second. We are going. I wanted to do this in survival mode, albeit without any beasties around. It is in peaceful, but because of the rustic and worn nature of the scene, there's lots of places to fall through, but really just check this out. I mean, as we come here into the main courtyard, look at that for a flag. I mean, I've seen many flags in my time, but none so cool as this. Colour wise, it's immaculate, and it really has an awful lot of detail. I mean, if you were to follow your way all the way around this thing, there are small little details that you will see that it's just amazing. But what we'll do is we'll put a link to download within the description. Here we are in the King's Throne Room, and there we have our 3 contenders. So let's go down and see what we have. So the kingdom will be named from one of these here. Our contenders are End a Minute, fantastic name, and he's come up with all 3 names beginning with A. Seems to be going for very much a Latin style theme, although Argathen sounds perhaps a little bit more Scandinavian. We have Argathen, Azael, and Arkmatari. Here we have AJ Pirate, or an effigy that best fits him. He suggested Tikalojima, which, although it has Asian connotations, I really find this one very catchy. And then finally we have Smiley Rios. Not so fancy gear as the other 2, but of course 2 fantastic suggestions in Requiem and Juraika. So one of these 6. So what we're going to do is we are going to destroy slowly these signs, and we will be left with 1. So it's difficult, but I have had time to think about it. The least likely name for the kingdom out of all of these is Azael. purely because it sounds a little bit like somebody wasn't able to say Israel. Hold on, let's go back to game mode 0. And then broken. Ta-da! Okay, so that leaves us with 5. Sorry, in a minute. But you're down to 2. So the next least likely name for the kingdom, perhaps because it is a word meaning song for the dead, Requiem, is not going to be the name of the kingdom. So we have 4 names left: Argathen, Algamatari, Tikalojima, Juraika. And here's where it started to get hard, because all 4 of these in their own right would make great names. But Tikalojima, I'm afraid, was the 4th most likely name for the kingdom. We have 3 that remain. Number 3 was Argathen. Love the name, but it just didn't fit. However, some of these names may be used in parts of the kingdom or potentially in future towns that may be built around the kingdom. So what do we have left? We have Arkamatari and Juraika. It's going to be one or the other. AJ Pirate, a fantastic effort, and really appreciated the suggestion. Thank you for your participation. Smiley Rias, end a minute. Regardless of which of these I chose, I have to let you know that it was incredibly difficult between all 6 of these, because any one of them really could have been the winner. Arkamatari or Juraika, I mean, even now I'm kind of flitting between the 2, even though prior to the making this video I had made a decision. It's just so difficult. But I think what we're going to do, the kingdom will be named Arkamatari. Juraika, fantastic suggestion, and very plausibly I'm considering making that the name of the world within which Arkamatari resides. But in a minute, thank you so very much for a great suggestion. The kingdom is named, and I look forward now to progressing with the build. And what we'll try to do is we're going to throw in some lore and some historical tales within the kingdom. Perhaps with landmarks that remember each and every one of them, but we might make that as a sub-series, a series that runs alongside. So what we'll do is we'll make the builds within this series, and then we will enter into the folklore and tales, the myths and the legends of the kingdom alongside. So what I'll do is I'll leave you here, because it's been a long enough episode. I wanted this one to be very short, so much for that. But in the meantime, have a lovely time, guys. I look forward to seeing more and more of you, and if you like this episode, or if you're looking forward to seeing more of the series, leave me a comment. Make sure you smash that like button, hit it in the face with an axe, and subscribe. So I look forward to seeing you soon. Bye bye for now.
What time I feel